of September 2015, IKEA sold over 42 million Billy bookcases. This is their most popular product. It comes out to about one sold every 10 seconds now. Some sources that, to help inform y'all today that I used were statisticbrain.com, huffingtonpost.com, businessinsider.com, ikea.com, Operations and Supply Chain Management by Robert Jacobs, and that's it. So I'm Michael Schultz. I'm going to be talking about IKEA. I'm going to talk about the formation and history of IKEA, the innovation that IKEA does, and the impact and legacy that the company has had. IKEA's products are named after common Scandinavian names, and this is because their founder was dyslexic, so numbers were too hard for him and he could get them flipped around, so they came up with names for many of their products instead. So for their formation and growth, they were founded in 1943. The name is not a Swedish name, it's actually an acronym. INK are his first name and last name, and then the ENA come from the farm and village that he grew up in. They actually started selling wallets and pins and stuff to start off, and didn't start selling furniture until 1948. Then their first store outside of Sweden was in Norway in 1963, and then they didn't expand out of Europe until they had a store in Australia in 1975. Every year since 2000, IKEA has dropped their average sale price by 2 to 3%, and this is due to their innovation. So some of the innovation that IKEA has had is their flat packs. This started with the Love It table, which was one of their first furniture products, and it came about when someone was taking off the legs of the Love It table to fit it in a car without damaging the table, and the idea of flat packs started. And this was a way for IKEA to reduce costs because air takes space when shipping, and so they were able to reduce the amount of space, and they were also able to not have the production cost for assembling the products, lowering the cost. Another example from the Operations and Supply Chain Management book was their trophy mug, and this showed that the degree to which IKEA takes to reduce their costs. One way is that red is not used as one of the colors because red pigment is a higher cost. They also altered the designs, that way it was easily stackable for both the consumer and for shipping. And they also altered the handle of the mug itself, so that way they could fit more onto inside the kiln to fire more at once, thus reducing their costs. The store itself is also an innovation for IKEA because they added a restaurant because they figured a lot of people figured out that a lot of people left their store because they were hungry without buying anything, so they added a restaurant. They also incorporated a factory and storefront idea into one, so that way that consumers can see the product as it would be in a normal home, while also having as many of the products available for the consumers to buy. They also lay it out in kind of a maze format so that it's constantly turning, so consumers are wondering what's around the next turn, adding curiosity, so they keep on going throughout the store. And these were from inc.com and ikea.com. IKEA is also working on a town right outside of London, and this is made through their flat pack houses that they actually have. And this is from businessinsider.com. Their impact and legacy. IKEA has many classic products that are still around today since their formation, such as the table and the Billy bookcase, which are still popular even though they're just classic designs. They also have a big environmental impact because, and this started based on them trying to reduce costs, like their flat packages enable them to reduce their transportation costs, which also have a positive environmental impact because there's less trucks and stuff that are needed, as well as they're also looking into renewable resources to power many of their operations. They also have introduced Swedish foods to the world just by trying to add a little bit of culture to their stores while also helping their storefront by offering food to their consumers as well. These are from IKEA.com, HuffingtonPost.com. In conclusion, this was IKEA's formation and history, which started in Sweden and has expanded to the world. Their innovation and growth, which talks about the different, and I talked to you about the ways that they have reduced their costs while also offering good products to the consumers, and the impact that IKEA has now trying to continue to reduce their environmental. And this is IKEA's mission statement. It sums out to be that they're looking to further provide products at a low cost to their consumers.